Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hanging Out with Howie. I have my illustrious crew with me again tonight. And to my right, my wingman, my very good friend and mentor, Mr. Brian S. Rudd. And from Swingin', Temecula, California, we have Pastor Jay with us tonight, who was on earlier talking about becoming an ordained minister. And we also have my road dog and good friend, John C. from Boston, Massachusetts, in the room. So tonight, guys, it was all tips. Oh, and we have Mr. Bill Marsh is here. I'm sorry, Bill. I guess you were off to the side from Maryland. Welcome.
Thank you.
So tonight was different tips. And the one thing that really stood out to me watching the shows was that one fellow. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm not think of his name right now, but he, instead of the dollar dance, he does a selfie dance where the people come up and do a selfie, which is quick, boom, 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 and then people have that memory. And I was like, whoa.
I like that. I
do too, actually.
That to me was like, I like that. It's
first time hearing about it.
It's not dated. It's not corny.
No.
Anybody else get a nugget?
Well, I got a name I can give you anyway. He was Andy Powell from Iowa.
Cubby.
Cubby.
Yeah. Cubby. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Cubby and I spoke years ago, and I think it was actually about money dance, because he said something about doing money dance. I said, yeah, I do the honeymoon dance because it happened at my wedding with my DJ. So we're going back 22 years ago. And real quick, the way I explain it to the bride and groom and everyone else is, you have two choices. I can stop things, or after the cake or anniversary or something else, hey, everyone, you probably wanted a chance to have a one-on-one time with the bride and groom, so we'll line up the best man, maid of honor, ladies, gentlemen, bring the bride and groom out, you get to dance with them for, 30, 40, 50 seconds, just have that one-on-one time to some slow songs. Always slow, not fast, not crazy, slow. And I can leave it right there, play a few slow and people dance. Or what I learned at my wedding was this quote. And for those of you who inquired earlier in the evening as to when the appropriate time would be to donate to the bride and groom's honeymoon, this would be that time. So you're now answering a question of someone. And I can tell you that 100% in 22 years that I've done that, 100% I've gotten a compliment from a family member, a parent, or a guest. Man, this was such a great wedding. Not like that crappy dollar dance thing. I never felt put out. And I'm like, you just gave a 20 to the bride, but your perception of it was your choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the magic of the honeymoon dance. It's your choice. It's not, but the selfie, I love that idea. I might incorporate that into my honeymoon dance.
I'm thinking the same thing. That's like,
I'm going to say exactly what I've said. And by the way, make sure you take a selfie with the bride and groom. That's done this Saturday. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Here we go. Selfie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do
already.
it.
Take a sip there, Jay. There you go. Brian, quick.
I was going to say. You can do it. Sorry.
You know what we need for that? If you were to do a selfie dance, what we need is one of our great remixer friends to make a remix with a dub on the vocal track for selfie dance over safety dance.
You could do that.
Would use like chain smokers selfie?
Well, I mean, you could use that, but I'm saying, safety dance, it's a slow tempo.
109 or something.
And also, you can dance if you want to.
Yeah, if you're going to do a wedding for somebody who's 55, they'd love that.
Sure.
Well, but the people you want getting up to pay the money are the ones that are 55.
He's got a point.
But
they have
he does.
Income.
He does, but I'm even taking this concept in my head a step further, where I'm thinking to myself, you don't have to involve money. It can just be an activity.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be, okay, for the next 2 songs, we're going to do get on the dance floor. We're going to play a song. It's going to be fun. We're going to take selfies. Go. You don't have to do a money dance with this. You can just do selfie time with this. It's a time for you to get a picture.
Well, and that's the beauty of adding that sentence after the comma of, and for those of you that inquired, because what you first set up is, here's a chance for you to have that one-on-one time with the bride and groom. And I will be honest, probably 70% of my weddings choose not to have me say, and for those of you that inquired. And they understand some people might give them money, but they don't want me to make any reference. And a lot of them, it comes down to, and I don't know if you guys are seeing this trend out as well, a lot of couples are a little bit older, late 20s, early 30s. They already have a KitchenAid. They already have a microwave. They're now asking people to put money towards their honeymoon. They want some banging honeymoon in Jamaica or Europe or Greece. So in lieu of gifts, they're just asking people to register at honeymoon.com and throw a 50 towards them like balling in Thailand. So when that's the case, it sounds stupid for me to say, hey, a honeymoon, because it's like, no, they've already bled everyone dry for that.
Another thing which Brian touched on and you touched on, Jay, during your portion of the virtual training, which I thought was important about forgetting things. And what I've done is very much like you guys did. There's a place for everything at my house. And that's where it all goes all the time. The bags all have, ceremony, everything to do with it, cables, blah, blah, blah. And to Brian's point, like, why are you bringing 8 spare XLRs? I have one cable and one XLR that's a spare, and that's just in case, because it's the longest. It's a 50-footer. Even if I only need 25 feet to go to a speaker, but it can also, if I had to set up, like during the COVID thing where it was like you didn't want to pass the mic around, okay, just boom, right on a mic stand. Or if your wireless for some reason failed, mic stand, plug it in. And the other thing about forgetting stuff, I have a list, the checklist you guys were talking about.
I thought of you, Howie, when the checklist got brought up. I'm like, Howie has a checklist.
I have 2 checklists.
Yeah.
The one checklist is the standard, checklist, to bring. And then I have the second checklist of things that I've forgotten over the years. If I forget something like, like a microphone or something, that's on the list of forgotten things. And it's in the visor of my truck. And before I drive away, I look at that and go, this is stuff that I've forgotten before. Nope. Got it. Got that. Okay. Boom. Start up and go.
Yeah. Everybody's brain works different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I just
agree
have
with
to
Brian
do it that
100%
way.
on that. And it is, excuse me, it's the comfort level you have. And I hear Brian's voice in my head. I heard it the other day at the wedding. I pulled 2 American DJ bags, 2 new duffel bags, and a 5th bag out of the Jeep, and literally was like, this is absolute insanity. There is no need for this. But I have 39 weddings booked at this one venue, and my attitude was, this is the first one. I don't care how much crap I bring with me. I need to fine-tune this wedding so that the next 38 weddings, I already know what I have and don't have. And I think, when I used the Chrysler Sebring to do weddings, I couldn't carry much. When I got the van, all of a sudden I was like, oh, throw it in. Do you think you're ever going to need a 700-foot yellow extension? I might. Just put it in the back.
I believe they call that the goldfish effect. If you put a goldfish in a little bowl, it's not going to get very big. But if you put a goldfish in a swimming pool, it's going to be the size of a trout. It grows into its environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
We
100%
kind of do
agree
that
with
too.
you. Yeah, we do. And you're right. I have enough IEC cables to open a computer store. I mean, I really do. I could go into Costco right now and power everything they have with IEC just out of a couple bags.
Just out of the spare bag. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's too much. And it really taught me a lot last year. I bought 2 bags. I got them at Harbor Freight. Genuinely, they're not as big as I'd like them. And I even went in the garage the other day and I have the soft shell cases for like different Pioneer gear. And I'm like, wait a second. Even though these are bigger, why am I not carrying one of these with every cable I need for everything? But then it's still going to be kind of like a mess and convoluted and all that. So I want to just have a bag for this, a bag for that. Because I kind of envy when I see these DJs on YouTube who are like, hey, here's my garage or storage facility. Here's ceremony system, the bag. Here's this system for up to 100, the bag. Here's this system up to 200. You know, I have 3 events this week and they're so different from each other that I have to literally load and unload 6 times to do those 3 events. Because I'm not going to bring anywhere near the same gear for each one.
Right. And to hear the fine extended version of Jay's statement, tune into the show on YouTube that they just did an hour ago. And yeah, you'll get the long version. John, you haven't been able to say anything yet. What do you got?
No, it was a good day with the programming. The first 2 made me very hopeful that there's gear around to buy between the event tables and then the lighting. Is like somebody's got some stuff if you need those type of things. Those
you need IEC cables, you can get those. But
yeah,
you need the gear that goes into it.
Yeah. Well, no, they were fine. And the talks for the seeing Bill again was nice. Bill Herman did a little bit too. That all that stuff, all that information's out there, and it's readily available in front of all the DJNTV watchers and viewers. It was nice to see some familiar faces again. You know, that's I had been with it from the beginning and sat through all of them, and I just watched your guys' shows too. So, very informative day. I think it was pretty good all in all from beginning to end.
Yeah, it wasn't a standard like here's this little trick, that trick. You know, I thought it was a lot of gold nuggets throughout the whole night. But I really enjoyed Brian and Jay. That was funny, and you guys went right up to the minute.
I think John really thought he was going to speak, and like at one point I saw him start to speak, and I was like, oh, he wants me to talk. So I started talking again.
I leaned in and I'm like, nice try.
It's the last time with 20 minutes out that he'll say, oh, I have enough time to sneak this in after Jay gets done, because that's just not going to happen.
No.
But it's, you know what, though? I mean, and, you know, I'm not going to make any excuses. Yeah, I can talk a lot, but more importantly, I love this. But
you're passionate though.
I really am.
That's the thing.
I love doing weddings. I love being a DJ.
You're passionate.
I love talking about what it is that feeds not only my soul but also my family and pays my bills. And you know, when you say there's a selfie thing, my brain just exploded about that. Like, oh, I've got something new I can add because I've never heard that. Which means my bride and groom
I never heard that either.
That's good.
Yeah,
Cubby came up with that.
Cubby knocked it out of the park with that one.
We got to get Cubby on the show or something. I thought Cubby was just laying low in the woods. I didn't think Cubby was throwing wisdom. That's great.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, guys, anybody have anything else to say? This is just kind of the wrap up show. If not,
I think it's dipping back into it sometimes, Howie. Don't look at it as it's just today. Look at it as, you know, in a month or two when you're in the middle of the weddings, come back to these things.
Right.
We going for the hour? Because I'm ready. No, we're going for the hour.
I'll bet you are.
No.
I'm good to go if anyone needs to hear. I'm just saying.
I've got all of about nothing to say because I must have missed the memo that there was a live show from 8 to 10 because I might have missed them.
Well, you heard why I missed the show, right? Because I was supposed to be in puppy training classes. But unfortunately, he only lasted about a minute, and they kicked him out and
was
refunded the
Davey
money.
on the stream tonight?
It's such a funny joke. That was a great joke. It's like, wait a minute, you have to train the dog before you take it to dog training. It's like
train the dog before you train the dog.
You said, yeah, that's like washing the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher.
Jay went off on the thing.
I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, wash the dish. You put it in the dishwasher. Yeah. Your kid needs to learn to count before he goes to school.
I tried to give that sense of like,
yeah.
Well, how many people don't want to go to the gym because they're like, I'm not in good shape. I'm like, that's what the gym's for. No, everyone at the gym is in good shape. I'm like, they weren't.
Yeah, it's like a social club.
That's okay if you show up out of shape. Then you get in shape, and then you're part of that crowd. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
already, everybody, thank you so much for participating. Thank you all for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. And if you have any of your tips of your own, leave them in the comments. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Brian and Jay are going to kind of continue what they did an hour ago, except they're going to focus on the music. So we will see you.
I'll give you a hint. Do you want a hint for tomorrow night's show?
Sure.
Tomorrow night's show will take place on April 19th, and I have a gig on April 20th. So I would love to get Brian's thought on the music I should be playing on 4/20 the next day.
Well, he would be the guy to go to.
Maybe give him something to think about for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Right now I got just reggae and Grateful Dead.
Thank you all. Good night.